So what should we do? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dry polizei, okay? I'm exhausted before I start to begin. But yeah, little Mariana baby, she took care of everything's okay. She's like in Rambo 1, not the other two, because they just exaggerated. Number 1, when he beats the National Guard, she was like that. She just went in and just like, fuck this. You know. So what should we do? I have no ideas. So you have to be patient. If when you hear some if you want to hear some good shit, you know, because I don't edit anything anymore. It's no fucking way. When I don't get paid for it, there's no way. Well, this is what's left with that thing. But we still have that the blanket thing. Is it over here? You can see. Oh wow. I had it on my hands already, I think. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about anything, right? Yeah, we give a shit about I watch my videos, you know, because not always I remember what I say, you know, and I have to watch them, you know, myself, you know, if I'm gonna keep them or if I'm gonna, you know. But 3 times in a row they showed, I don't know his name, but it is the guy from Machine Head. He has some podcast, I guess now, because that's the new trend. Because they can't go out to play. They only have that $50 million. The poor bastards. But I like Machine Head, you know. It was one of the first metal bands I listened to in the early 90s. So, but today he has no idea what's going on. Just like anybody else you meet on the street. Just like there's no philosophical like thoughts or anything, you know. But why do they play him 3 times in a row after my videos? Why? Normally, if you look at some video, they play the same artist or whatever channel afterwards. But in my channels, they just change. Then it's always been like that. Well, at least since 2019. But I didn't listen to it because I listened to like a couple of minutes. But what should he teach me? Huh? What should he teach me? Even though I like the music, what should he teach me in a podcast? I don't think so, right? I don't ever think I don't even think you know who Jordan Maxwell is, or David Icke, or Mark Devlin, or Max Egan, or well, you know, I I hardly doubt so. Did he speak out about the entering what is the word we can use? Communism is not the right word actually, so don't say communism because that's not really it. I would say more fascism. Communism was actually created to, if you look like in the basic reality, to make the workers gain more money than the owners, you know. And then you make up, America makes up a lot of stuff about it. But you speak about the control system. But do you think the workers thought about that? No. They just wanted to make fair salary. Like in China, you know, they started rebellion and you're like, fucking communist, why did you want money for it? I should make the money. I own the company, the same thing, But fascism is oppression of the population. Mussolini started it. He was talked about this before, but he was actually before Hitler, so he actually taught Hitler a lot of stuff about it, so this part is good. For me, this is heavier than, not much beat the 90s. You can listen to any band. This is a little bit different, but even if you listen to the hardcore bands today, like bands like Machine Head, Sepultura, Metallica especially, I mean, Hetfield, I have to read a book about him because he's fucking nuts. I could see him on stage, man. When he was younger, man, in the 80s, that dirty business is not normal. It can't be normal. You see, the other people, they just like, pretty, like, like this. He's just like, I never seen anything like it, so it would be I don't know what he would do if he didn't become a famous musician. I don't know, man. Probably as he said at St. Quentin, if it wasn't for music, I would be here with you. Yeah, no shit. I never seen the fucking aggressions. Probably sober as well. If you don't believe me, watch the concerts from the late 80s, 86, and to, 90s, they become more like, what do you call it, commercial band, but from 86 till, how long did they tour? Well, no, they recorded the Black Album at 91. So they were in their studio for like a long time, and then they made a new tour, and then it's a little bit different. But from 86 till 89, I would say, watch those concerts, and you will see some real aggressions. I haven't seen that, and I have seen a lot. you know. But this band is also have that you have to put this. I'm just playing from the laptop, you know, so and all these, I think that, you know, death metal or something is heavy. For me, it's not, you know. I listen to that. Cannibal Corpse. I grew up with Cannibal Corpse because in all these bands, the guy with the upside down cross on his head, D-side and everything, because my friends listened to that. So I heard them all when I was a teenager. Okay? So I know. It's about the production, okay? When it comes to rock, it's about the production a lot of times, you know? It's not about, I mean, this is not about what kind of licks he plays. This is about the production, right? How heavy can they make the production sound, pretty much? You know, that's it. Play this. I don't know what it is. This is some compilation. I don't know how loud I can play it, because I know it sounds really loud when I play from the laptop itself. So on the phone, you know, because I have my laptop here and then the phone there. So I don't know which band this is. Never heard about them. See if it says anything. They're called Dendrites, I think. Throwing rocks, Dendrites. If I understood it right. Never heard about them, so don't ask me. But it's good that they make some new rock music in a way, because the other thing was just garbage. And they almost made new music, but the industry didn't let it out, never. Since around year 2000, I would say. But then the internet can start to come, but you know how bad internet was when it started? You don't even know, man. It was a parody of what it is now. So if you're like under 30, or you know, you don't know how bad it was. The late 90s. I mean, this didn't exist. YouTube didn't exist. No. So it's a completely different world. That's the best song. As long as I don't play the Foo Fighters, I'm happy. You know, his dad was friend of the president. That's why they got famous. Otherwise, they would never make it that big. You know? That's the reason, you know. David Grohl. So I was smiling, and it's everywhere, everywhere. I mean, I must have seen it more than, no, at least 20% of Ronaldo. Ronaldo, I think I've seen the most in the world without searching for it. And after him, Zlatan, and then maybe yeah, well, some celebrities over here, but which you don't know about. But David Grohl is up there. Foo Fighters. He can't even play guitar, you know. Yeah, I can play a few chords, you know. But we studied 25 years. No, we fucking garbage, right? We don't know anything. Because we're not David Grohl. Because David Grohl is famous. Isn't that so? Am I wrong? Isn't that how people argue? Why you're not famous like David Grohl? Well, my dad wasn't president, friend of the president of the United States, so maybe that's why. Have you thought about that? No. Yeah. Maybe I should blame it on my little penis, baby. Baby Mariana, I will make it bigger. I will make it this big. This big. This, how long do you want it? This. Just name it the size, and we will make it like that. You know, they can inject from my ass or something and just fill it up, and you know. How big do you want it? Party people like this. I like this song. You must have heard. This must have been really famous in the United States, right? After like a lot of years, I should have the computer like here, you know, like I could sit up. I have to sit like this. Anyway, this was the first song they played on radio that I actually liked here in Sweden. And I was like, yes, well, yeah, this sounds good. And then I understood that this was some big fucking hits in your country. Great American Empire, right? You know? Sail with me. This must be drug related, Illuminati related. Well, sail with me, yeah. It's drug related. Sail. Yeah. Do you think he sings about a sailboat? Think so? I don't think so. It's sail. Either a suicide or drug related. It's two options. Ask him yourself. But it's apparent, for me at least. And also teenage confusion, and because you don't know what's going on. And how could you? Nobody told you. I had to find it out by myself. You know? You think anybody helped me? Nope. And you have to start to study law, study the police, study authorities, study the organization that is behind them, you know, in your country, whoever they're called, study them. Look where they come from, what they're based on. Look at their emblems and what they stand for. Because if you meet a police, for example, let's say you are on the street, you meet a police, like blah 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 blah, you know, and you're like, well, you know, your uniform is based on 1954 Mussolini emblems. You wouldn't understand what the fuck you're talking about. You know? Nobody's gonna teach you that shit if you don't do it yourself. So I'm telling you. Alright, we'll do a part 2 so we don't lose the shit.